It's Brainwash with Dr. Tom and Guitar Picks with Tim Beeman of the band Heaven's Sake. Tim, can you tell me how you came up with your list?
Basically, it's just not necessarily just my influences. It's some inspiration. It's my favorite bands, my favorite songs, stuff that makes me just want to play more than necessarily why I play what I play.
And of course, for our listeners, tell us about your guitar.
I'm missing a couple of strings. So I play bass. Unlike most bass players that I've noticed lately, I still use a pick. So I classify in the guitar pick section.
On to the influence list, beginning with Kiss and Black Diamond.
Black Diamond, that was actually an influence because it's just a powerful song, and I like powerful songs. And the starts off slow and calm, and then just it picks you up and punches you in the face, and I like that. I can play a little bit of that.
Okay, yeah.
My rendition of it.
Okay.
And really, that's variations of there from the chorus on. So, but that was one of the reasons I play bass is because of my idol Gene Simmons, and just some of the work he does on there. Even though nothing he does is really masterful, it's just it seems to all fit, and I'm more about fitting the song more than I'm not a lead bass player. I'm not Billy Sheehan or Geddy Lee or anybody like that. What's the old saying? Bass players like it on the bottom, and that's where I like it. Well, I think because I am one, I think bass players are misunderstood. A lot of people, and especially in the past, with just regular bands like from the '70s and stuff, the bass player was usually the guy that stood over in the corner and didn't take the spotlight, but you would sure know if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Really, in correlation with the drummer, I think those two instruments are the most important instruments of the band. They keep the time, they keep the bottom end. It's hard to build a house without a foundation, and a lot of room to work with, and a lot of bass players normally would just sit and play straight things constantly and just move every once in a while. I don't like doing that, but I don't want to. I try not to go ignorant, but I try to add some flavor.
But you can do both.
Yeah, I can if I need to, but I don't. It's according to what I'm playing. If I'm playing Heaven's Sake stuff or Kiss stuff like that, no, I don't need to.
Yeah.
If I'm playing Queensryche stuff, I'm more just a bottom end. Because he does. Eddie Jackson does do some moves, but he doesn't do a lot. If I'm doing some Beatles, there's some moving going on. Some Day Tripper. There's a lot of stuff happening there. It's just according to what I'm doing, how much I move. I can if I want to, but usually I don't.
It's Guitar Picks with Tim Beeman. Kiss, Naked City.
Naked City is off of one of the misunderstood Kiss albums. It's off Unmasked. It was in I call their confused days, because they were doing a lot of disco-esque or really poppy stuff for them. They were always considered a glam band back in the 70s, which I never could figure that one out, because there's nothing glam about just black leather. But
they had the makeup.
But the makeup,
yeah.
but it wasn't eyeliner and Ace Frehley wore some of that, but it wasn't just glam makeup. This was kabuki style theater makeup that their idea was to go out, and I have a lot of friends that said it just really scared them to death when they were kids. And I think that's what they're not trying to scare anybody, but to make an impact visually.
Yeah.
Not just go out in your capes and your eyeliner and just bubblegum music. It was different. But Naked City is just a song that I like. I think that for that time in their career, it was the more powerful song on that album, Unmasked. Just, it makes me want to play. It's one of those make me want to play songs. And because it's Kiss, just about anything makes me want to play.
So you're how old, and you hear this band Kiss, and how does it all start?
It all started back in 77. I was in second grade, and before, now you couldn't do this, I don't think, but I lived in the great state of West Virginia. Please, no jokes. I know them all, and they still live there. In second grade, I had friends that would bring records to school because for some reason my bus was always one of the first ones there. Before class, during recess, and my bus was always the last one to come in the evening, we would listen to records. A friend of mine brought in a Love Gun. I had never seen the cover. He just had the slip cover. It wasn't even the full cover.
Yeah.
And they played it, and I'm like, what is that? Because I liked it a lot. It was Shock Me, I think, was the song they were playing. I just really dug it. Before I ever saw what they looked like, I was more for the music.
Yeah.
And of course, their big thing was the live show and putting on the makeup and everything. And that did affect me later. But the main thing that got me started with Kiss was the music. Mm-hmm. And it's just something to me that was different for the time. Again, I was in second grade, so I wasn't very seasoned in the musical sense, but it had a lot to do with me later becoming a musician.
Yeah. Well, when did you start playing bass?
I didn't start playing bass until I was 14, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But I started when I was 14. I played that, and I learned that and piano at the same time.
Guitar picks with Tim Beeman, and of course his brainwasher Dr. Tom. Kiss, Larger Than Life. Larger Than Life was a song that really made me feel like, Kiss at this time was dominating, and to me that was the focus song, I guess, demonstrative of Gene Simmons and his playing and his just lyric style. And in his mind, I guess he thought he was larger than life, and he still does. And it was a power song to me. It was just like he was saying, "This is how I am," and like it or leave it. Can you give some of that power there? That's more of a guitar song, but. Something like that, but it's more of a guitar song. Guitar picks with Tim Beeman, and of course it's Brainwasher Dr. Tom, and the influence song is Kiss Charisma. Again, this is a Gene Simmons song. This was also during their Slightly Confused days. On this album, Gene only had 2 songs, which was confusing to me because him and Paul generally led the band, but in this sense he was kind of in this backlight, and his songs weren't the best on the album. But this song to me really, like Larger Than Life, let his listeners know that he is the man, and he has no doubts in his mind that he is the man. And the whole song talks about, what is it about me that you love, because I know that you do. You can't help it. I mean, it's just talking to a girl or millions and millions of his female fans. A lot of the songs that I have picked are lyrical as well as musical, because I write lyrics too, as you'll tell from some of the later things, but it's more of a total song combination for any other reason.